Hey, it's Ben Feynman with your October 2022 Oahu Real Estate Market update. Now, everyone's talking about this crash that's supposed to happen, and I'm just not seeing any data points that point to a major crash. I'm not saying that home prices aren't going to go down. They very well could, and they have inventory starting to grow, but single-family homes on Oahu in just the last year went up about 25%. Do we really think that there's going to be a crash that's going to bring down the real estate market on Oahu by nearly the same amount? I don't think so. Prices could very well inch down just a little bit, but there's three factors that I think are going to be able to keep this Oahu real estate market afloat and not point down to a crash. So number one, people have had so much appreciation in their home in the last year, and so people are sitting on a lot of equity, which affords them a lot of possibilities for their home, and because the value has increased so much. So homeowners are sitting really pretty right now. Number two, inventory remains relatively low. People are not moving around as much as they used to, and so just the inventory, especially on Oahu, remains pretty low. It is building a little bit, but it's just not at historic lows like it was during the pandemic. And number three, building costs are through the roof. The supply chain got all messed up. Material costs are really high. Try renovating your home right now. It's going to be a lot more expensive than it used to be. Not to mention, try getting a permit and building some new inventory. The DPP is all backed up. Permits are taking close to a year to get approved. And so it's just not going to add any new supply. And so on Oahu, I think our market is very different. On the mainland, they have different factors. They have a lot more inventory, a lot of places to build. On Oahu, we're an island in the middle Pacific. We're nowhere else to build. And we've got so much demand from Asia, from North America, and internally within Hawaii. And so I think our market is relatively stable. It could go down a little bit, but I'm not seeing a crash. There's no data to support that there's going to be a huge crash and the values of home are going to go down nearly as much as they went up during the pandemic. And so I think it's important when you're looking at purchasing real estate, unless you're an investor or playing with cash or you're flipping homes and you're trying to get in and out, those factors are going to be a little bit different. But if you're buying a home for yourself, it's important to look at real estate as a 5 to 10 year mindset versus a 5 to 10 month mindset. If you're going to live in your home, earlier is always the better time. You really want to be able to get in there and build equity, because renting is like paying 100% interest versus the interest rate now might be 6 to 7%. And so let me know what your particular situation is, and I can help you assess and walk through your options and let you know my thoughts. Getting into some of the numbers for last month in October, median single family home price was at 1.1 million, so that's up 4.8%. And condominiums were at 502,000, which is up 5.1%. So again, we're seeing home prices actually tick up a little bit versus last year. Do I see it going down by that same amount? Yes, that could very well be, but I'm not seeing a crash, which is going to basically bring levels down 25% like they just went up in 1 year. Okay. Closed sales way down for homes and condominiums. Only 278 single-family homes sold on Oahu last month. That's down 34%, and 496 condos closed. That's down 19.3%. So a lot less transactions out there, which is affecting a lot of people. Inventory also starting to grow. Another metric we're capturing is days on market. For a single-family home, the average days on market for last month in October was actually 18 days. This is 9 days slower than it was last year. So during the pandemic, single-family homes flying off the shelves. You had to write offers with no contingencies, and now you're able to take your time, find the right home, submit an offer, go through your actual due diligence contingencies, and even get closing credits back for inspection, things that we haven't seen in a long time. So it just makes the home buying process a lot more simple, a lot more stress-free, and you don't have as much competition. So I do think now might be a good time before interest rates start to tick back up. If interest rates kind of level off, I think the buying pool will start to realize that the interest rates are not coming back down, and they'll start to get active again. So I think there'll be a good window from now until the spring for buyers and a lot of my buyers are getting properties way below asking price, and way below appraisal price already. And so I think, you know, that's a really good opportunity for people to scoop up some good deals with the decreased competition right now. 14 days on market for condominiums, that's 3 days slower. So condominiums actually, for the first time in a while, performing a little bit more quickly than single family homes. So I'll keep you updated as to what's going on in the market. There has been a shift, there has been a cooling off, but in my opinion, prices have stayed relatively the same. They might tick up a little bit, they might tick down a little bit, but I'm not gonna claim that there's gonna be a huge appreciation amount or a huge crash. I just don't see any data to support that. And so, like I said, everyone's situation is different. If you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. And until then, stay safe, and I will see you at next month's Oahu Real Estate Market Update. Take care.